Leader Mmusi Maimane has written to National Assembly Speaker Thandi Modise requesting an urgent oral question to the President to be added to Thursday's order paper. He joins us now live from Cape Town. Mr. Maimane, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Just give us more details on this question.
Thank you very much for having me, and to our fellow South Africans. One, as I've argued, that we want to break the system of patronage and corruption that occurs within government. That system is such that candidates pay off people, those people end up in government, and then they become loyal only to a particular individual rather than to the citizens they serve. So with all of this ispiti-piti that's been created with leaked emails, I'm calling on President Ramaphosa at least to bring the nation into his confidence as to whether he applied his mind rationally when appointing the 4 ministers who have already been discussed in public records to say that they'd received payments from the CR17 campaign. So this is a matter about ensuring that we break down patronage in government. It's a matter about ensuring that we eradicate corruption in its entirety, and we make sure that executive action, as was the case in the Pravin Gordhan judgment that was issued about his own dismissal, that in fact any executive action must meet the test of rationality.
So basically, you are arguing that the President appointed these people to his administration because they were part of his election campaign for the ANC.
And furthermore, I'm saying these are individuals that allegedly received payments. Now, we've gone through a history in South Africa where ministers were appointed in Saxon world. The last place we need is for ministers to be appointed by the CR17. CR17 didn't stand for an election. It's not accountable. I don't even know who are the people there. Why then is it after paying people from that campaign could they end up in government as ministers? So it becomes important that we ensure that the capability of government remains one where executive decisions meet rationality and are people elected for the purpose of serving South Africans rather than as rewards for payments.
But the question then, Mr. Maimane, is are you actually questioning the competency of these people as well?
Well, I'm questioning further to say, in the application of the decision, are these people fit and proper? What is the rationale the President used to appoint these people? And it's up to the people of South Africa to be able to make a judgment whether in the application of that, is it a sound and a basic rule for them to be able to hold these positions? This is a historical practice that we are trying to root out. We saw it when people were being fired. We saw it when people were being employed before or appointed to cabinet. We want to stop that system of patronage because it is dangerous. It renders the state a shadow of itself, which means decisions can be made elsewhere rather than, in fact, in the parliament where the citizens of South Africa have elected their public representatives to serve.
Of course, many would argue that if you had any competition with your election, and it goes down to the funding of politicians when they are vying for those top positions, would you also reveal who funded your campaign? I know you were uncontested, of course.
No, there's no debate about that, and I was very clear even in my own internal election, that declaration subsequent to us clarifying whether it was necessary or not made the submission to Parliament. And I have nothing to hide. But I cannot use the decision as to who funds me to then be able to go subsequent to that, well, you'll become a cabinet member or you'll become an MEC here or a mayor there. That's not how the system should work. It renders the state paralyzed, and therefore I would be very strong going forward to say, because it was declared and these interests are common and they are known by citizens, that when you make a decision it must pass the test of rationality. And I'd be open to anyone being able to ask me reasons as to why you'd appoint certain people to particular positions, because I think this is an important principle of transparency before citizens, that we hire the best, the most fit for purpose people for government rather than those who are elected by the cadre deployment policy of the ANC or in fact a factional war that has been waged within that party.
And very quickly, has the National Assembly Speaker actually accepted this urgent question?
Well, we await response from the National Assembly, and we'll then be able to know from the Speaker of the National Assembly whether she's acceded to our request to have this question put on the order paper. And I think it serves South Africa. It serves the people of this country. And I think it's important. Wouldn't any citizen sitting at home want to know that these people were not chosen for rewards, but they were chosen to serve them? So I think it's important for citizens to get the responses.
And of course, if it's not accepted, I'm sure you'll try to raise it in one of your follow-up questions. Thanks so much for your time, sir. We appreciate it. That's DA leader Mmusi Maimane.